tribute act. But do you think it's misleading?
Well, Tina Turner's lawyers certainly think so, because they are suing Dorothea Coco Fletcher for looking too much like the star herself. As they say, it may lead to people to believing it is the star involved in her tribute show. Let's take a look at Dorothea in action.
I have to say, Dorothea Coco Fletcher, I thought it was Tina Turner.
Absolutely. Sensational singer. You sound very like her, performing very like her as well. We're going to talk to you in just a moment. We also have in the studio former 3 Degrees member, Sheila Ferguson, who says that taking on someone else's persona is wrong. It's an insult to the artist they are impersonating. Sheila, thank you for joining us this morning.
Pleasure.
What do you think of that comparison?
In what capacity?
Well,
her vocals aren't as good as Tina, number one. Impersonating Tina Turner is a no-no. That's number 2. I've had somebody impersonate Sheila Ferguson. I put out an injunction. She went to Menorca. I put out an injunction. She went to Ibiza. I put out an injunction. Nobody's ever seen from her since.
Wow.
Nobody impersonates me.
So you had to force that
I had to force it.
to stop that.
Tina can afford to sue her.
Yeah, well, let's go to Dorothea. We've obviously just seen a bit of you performing. And clearly, as you can hear from Sheila, who has had personal experience of having an artist impersonate her as well, it's very emotive and frustrating. How do you feel about the person that clearly you are a big fan of, Tina Turner? How do you feel about the fact that she is so moved by what you're doing and so upset by what you're doing, she's suing you?
Well, you know, there's something else behind that. But, you know, the impersonating industry, it's a fan-driven industry. And it's for the fans, period. And it wouldn't exist otherwise. And I think that the Tina Turner lawsuit is based upon the show that came from the UK to Berlin. It was also a Tina Turner musical, and that's the type of show that I am doing, and they wanted to snuff out the competition. And that's where this all started, because this poster in question it has been used by my promoter and my producer over 10 years, and we haven't heard anything until the production from UK came to Germany.
But, OK, so putting that aside, there is a Tina Turner musical. Putting that aside, Sheila Ferguson says, and she's here in the studio, that's not Tina Turner, that's somebody else who has, you know, a problem with being impersonated. It's just a no-no. You know, there is a Tina Turner, there is a Sheila Ferguson. They go and perform, fans go and pay to see them. You're basically sort of, you know, you're just pretending. It's not the same thing, quite obviously.
And it's not, excuse me, it's not meant to be the same thing. I'm not trying to, you know, go as Tina Turner. I'm not saying I am the real Tina Turner. Like I said before, it's an impersonation, and it's a tribute to Tina and her music. And, you know, that's Sheila's opinion. She can have her opinion.
Okay.
But this industry has been going on for over so long, for decades.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit older than you, darling, and I have nothing against you personally or any artist trying to make a living doing anything. It's just that if you can sing, then you find your own lane to be in. I mean, you just said it is fan-driven. If my fans knew there was somebody impersonating me or the 3 Degrees or anybody that I had worked with, they would go berserk. They would go ape. You just don't.
Those are your fans.
But you're good enough. Whoa. You're good enough to sing on your own. Why do you have to impersonate her? You're even trying to dance like Tina. I mean, you got the Ikettes behind you?
Yeah, it's a show. It's a show.
Okay.
It's a production. It's entertainment, like I said, and the fans want to see that. And by the way, Tina Turner is not performing anymore, and she's not performing since over 10 years. She retired and came out and said that herself. And if you buy a ticket for my show, you know right away that the real Tina Turner is not there, OK?
Oh, well, then what's the point? Then what's the point of the lawsuit?
Well, look, OK, so let me put this to you, Sheila. There are fans who want to see a live gig of somebody singing Tina Turner's music.
Great,
so they can enjoy it.
Go. Well, buy the ticket and go.
Yeah.
But then don't bill it as Tina Turner, simply the best. If what about your own name? Use your own name.
Well, but the poster says starring Dorothea as Tina Turner. Sheila, do you have an issue with people thinking that the person who was impersonating you at a gig is then you?
My issue was that the person impersonating me was taking on my persona. I have worked all my life to be who I am. And it's hard enough working to get where you get. It's harder to stay there. To have somebody come in on top of the fame that you created is an insult and to my integrity and the principled person that I am.
So, Dorothea Coco, you clearly are a fan of Tina Turner. You've modelled your career on her. You sing like her. You look like her. You've got the moves like her.
I have not modeled my career on Tina Turner. I do many other things. I mean, I tour. I have my own music, and I do many other productions. This is just one thing that I do.
All right.
And like I said, it's entertainment. It's a show.
Well, Dorothea, so look, along those lines, apologies, because I didn't realise there were other stuff. We get a brief, and we're led to believe that this is what you're doing. So that's great. But that's what Sheila's saying, isn't it? As soon as you hear that the real Tina Turner has a problem with you impersonating her, she's uncomfortable with it, she doesn't like it, out of respect to her and what she's achieved, why not then pursue all those other things that clearly you are very successful with? Because as Sheila points out, you've got a great voice, you can find your own lane and promote that side of things. Do you feel like you have any sort of cause to listen to what Tina Turner's saying and saying, you know, hold my hands up and say, I didn't mean to step on your toes, I'm sorry I've been doing that to you. Actually, I hear what you're saying, I will walk away from this.
Okay. First of all, this is my talent. This is my face. Of course, I'm wearing a wig, and I in the shows, and I do that to portray Tina Turner in the musical, in Simply the Best, the Tina Turner story. They're doing the same thing on Broadway. There are many shows. There's the Beatles. There's the Elvis shows. There is ABBA. This industry is huge. And a lot of the stars have no problem with it. They support it, and some don't. So, I mean, it's out there for the fans to have a live experience, for the artists who are not performing anymore, and for the older folks, you know, they can revisit and relive and remember. And also, this is a promotion also for the artists, because when they hear the music, people go out and they revisit and they buy or download at these times the music, and, you know, it just keeps it going. It keeps her name going. I don't profess to be Tina Turner. No. There's only one Tina Turner, and I'm the first one to tell you that.
Yes. No, I think she'd be the first one to tell you that. Tina's a friend.
I don't think I'm her.
Yes, I understand. Sheila Ferguson, is it not just a bit of fun for the fans?
All I'm saying is, listen, honey, you can do whatever you want to do. I don't like tribute bands. Yeah. Full stop. Yeah. It doesn't mean I have anything against any artist earning any money anywhere. Lord knows we've been shut down for over 2 years, and we need to get back to work. You know, fair enough? But all I'm saying is, personally, I would not pay to see a tribute band. I would listen to records, look at videos or whatever. It's just not my thing. Yeah. I want to see the original. Nor would I go to a tribute show that was paying the estate of someone whom I didn't like, if you follow what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
But you have personal experience of someone impersonating you, and and you were very, very uncomfortable with it.
Well, yeah, because she was ugly. She looked like a dog. And the thing is, every time I went to a party in Mallorca, some guy would say, oh, you sang to me the night. You sat on my knee and sang Dirty Old Man. I said, I never sat on your knee, and I never sang Dirty Old Man to you. I never sang in Mallorca. End of. And it kept coming up when I was going out. And that's when I realized I had to do something about it. Right. Served injunction. She went to another island. Served injunction. Another island. Never seen her since.
Okay. Nor will you be seeing any tribute acts, apparently. All right, great to see you. Sheila Ferguson, thanks very much indeed. And Dorothea Fletcher, thank you very much indeed.
Hey, can I just say something quickly? You know, I totally understand where she's coming from, and there are some bad impersonators, but what I am doing is in the highest quality, put in the best light, and it's very professionally done. And we're not in the corner in some dark room in some underground club performing.
You're not sitting on anyone's lap.
It sounds amazing. It looks amazing.
If Tina Turner's suing you, you got a problem.
Okay.
That's the issue, right? Whatever you're doing, Tina Turner doesn't like it.
We will allow the legal action to play itself out. Dorothea, thanks very much indeed. GMB contacted Tina Turner's lawyers. We haven't had a response.
They're busy. They're in court.
However,
Don't know. She owns. She's married to GMB, head of GMB Sony Records. Tina has no problem suing anybody.
OK. Last week, Tina's team told the court what Miss Turner dislikes about the whole affair is she wants to decide herself when her name and her image can be used for marketing purposes.
OK, interesting stuff. Sheila, it was always lovely to have you in the show.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good to see you.